Hi, everybody. I'm just going to wait for a couple of seconds so that others will join us. Hello, everybody. Please like and share as you come in. This is going to be a very quick live stream, okay? It's going to be a very quick live stream. Yeah, very quick live stream. I'm just going to wait for another second so that others join us, and then I shall proceed. Okay, so the fear of live stream now, because my new wireless network is just messing up, but yeah, so I'm just going to get started. Hello everybody, welcome back again to my channel. My name is Wemimo, and I'm also known as ThatMomo5 and also known as TMO5 Kanduko. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you're a return subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back. So I was actually going to take a nap, and I was just scrolling, still catching up on Davido's wedding and stuff, and then I saw a post from Instagram involving hello Hoji, welcome, involving a lady and obviously a lady being dragged. I wouldn't have come out. I was going to do like a sit down video, but then I was like, no, it was because I saw where she was being dragged off the plane. And while she was being dragged off the plane, one of the crew, one of the crew on the flight pulled the lady's top. So about 3 men or so were trying to drag this lady off the flight. And while they were dragging her, one of the female air hostesses pulled, tugged at the lady's top. In that instance, when she did that, she exposed the bosom area of the passenger. And I was like, what? Immediately I saw that, I set up a live stream straight away. So I've not read, obviously I've been trying to see what happened there. I think it happened yesterday. So I've seen that Music Fan, they've released a post about what happened. But before we started, let us watch the video together, because I have a lot to say this afternoon. A lot to say this afternoon. And I will not be able to say it if I do a sit-down video, because I'll be conscious of my time. I've kind of like scheduled an hour to do this live stream. So maximum an hour or maximum an hour and a half. So let's watch the video first, and then we'll read what FAN had to say. Okay. I'm not going to play that area where our booby section was pulled to this obviously where she was dragged. So let me share my screen with you guys. Okay. I think I was able to download a couple of the videos, so let me see if I can find it. That looks like a so. What did you tell me? So this was the first video I saw. While I was watching this, I still don't have exactly. So I don't have a clue as to what happened. This was the first video I saw. And instantly I said, I was like, why are you doing that to a hair hostess? And then again, there's always going to be a reaction. There has to be something that will make you react. You cannot just go on a flight and start doing that to a member of the crew, right? Master said could have been the way the employer spoke. That's what I'm saying. In fact, you went ahead before me. I don't think any sane person, so like I said, this was the first clip I saw. I don't think any sane person will get onto a flight or about to disembark a flight and will suddenly start eating the crew. What transpired prior to this? Like I said, I've not read anything at all. I was just gathering all information. And I was watching a show earlier, and I was just like, what are these people talking? So what happened that led to this lady doing this? So let's keep watching. Please like and share as you come in.
She don't me. I came with your counter. I came with
So as you can see, this air hostess is stopping her from coming off the flight. And I believe that lady is the only passenger, or was the only passenger left on that flight, right? Because if there were other members, if there were other passengers in the flight, it doesn't make sense. So at some point, I was able to actually see into the flight. She was the only passenger left on that flight. So let's keep going.
Hitting me. She is hitting me. She's hitting me.
So you can see her, the air hostess stopped. Like at first, being an employer, being a passenger, and me being a member of the public watching that, you have no freaking business stopping her from getting off that flight. So, like I said, I do not know what happened, but the action of this air hostess is 100% wrong. 100% wrong. So that's what I'm going to say in regards to that. There's more videos, because like I said, there's more videos targeting exactly. It's same way. We are both thinking in the same direction. Okay, like I said, this air hostess, from watching this, she has no business dealing with that passenger. No business whatsoever. She had no business whatsoever dealing with that passenger. No business whatsoever. Let's keep watching. I've got other videos. I'm just bringing out one after the other. Okay, I think this is a full video. Let me bring the full video.
What did you do me? She is hitting me. I came with Wasiu counter. I came with
Like this.
She's hitting me. She is hitting me.
What led to her hitting you? What led to that action from her? Like I said, she not be mad person. Person will carry her 2 legs, enter flight. She paid for the ticket, entered into the crew. You arrived at your destination. What led to that? What led to this instance?
She's hitting me.
So apparently they've dragged her, the passenger, off the flight, and in the process of she being dragged, one of the air hostess, I wish I was able to find that video. One of the air hostess pulled the passenger's top and exposed her chest area. That alone, I don't care if with all of this video that we are watching, that the passenger was doing basketball to the crew, that alone, the hairline is faulty. That alone, the airline is at fault, because she was already being taken off the flight. How dare you reach out and pull her top and expose her chest area? You exposed her nude. And there was somebody there filming. Right? Let's keep watching.
She was giving her slap.
So that's the girl, that's the lady there. Obviously, you can see her t-shirt, she was not wearing an underwear. She was not wearing an undergarment. So immediately they put her, that air hostess put her top, everything exposed to the world. People were filming her. That alone, I swear to God, people that were saying that she can't do what she did, they might put her on a flight ban or whatever, but then the lawsuit that will follow that airline. Let's keep watching. I don't want to put my let's keep watching.
Left and right. She was slapping her head. Strangled her like 5 times. They just got her down. She was thinking that she was just like trying to calm down. She was like serious slap when she was giving to her. For having in mind, and everyone was having in mind to do this for me. I want to know how much you want to do for this today. Operations run for you. Let you go and make sure it's going. Hey, go ahead. She cannot afford in her life.
Go with them.
Standing by to instructions.
Somebody said you are wrong. No matter what, you should keep your hands to yourself. The young lady was violent. I don't freaking care. I decided not to play that video where she was being dragged because YouTube might see it as a violent something, so I'm not going to play that part. But I'm sure most of you have seen the video of how 3 men were pulling her, dragging her, and then while she was being dragged off the flight, another air hostess reached forward, pulled the passenger's t-shirt, and exposed her. And like I said, something led to her flaring up that way. And we are getting, like I said, I don't know what happened, but we are getting there. Something led to her reaction. And see, even in Nigeria, it's crazy how all this air flight in Nigeria, how if passenger does something, they are quick, like, you know, blah, 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 blah. How many of you have your flight been delayed like 100 times? They don't often come to apologize. They will keep, you know, they will keep giving half-ass explanation as to why your flight has been, you know, delayed and all of that nonsense. That in the abroad, those of that in diaspora, your flight gets delayed, you will be told in advance. You'll be kept updated as you go, and you will be given information on how to seek compensation if your delay was over 2 hours or something. In Nigeria, how many of you have received any sort of compensation or being given a common sense or explanation that makes sense as to why your flight being delayed? Like, tell me why in a day, one flight that should have left since 8 o'clock in the morning did not leave until midnight the following day. And no tangible excuse, no tangible reason. And there's no way you're going to get a compensation anyway. But let's keep watching this video. All those people standing there, conversing with her, they freaking don't have any business conversing with her. Because she's just one person. And look at the amount of people surrounding her. Yes. Let that be me. Because I will let them know I freaking don't have a business dealing with them. If I want to speak to somebody, they will have like a security personnel who will deal with instances like this, right? Why is there 7, 8 people all on her? Because I would imagine the way they will be speaking to her will continue to infuriate her the more. Right? You would think they should be trying to de-escalate the situation, but no, I know our Nigerian people, they will not try to de-escalate the situation. They will talk to her shabbily, as if they are feeding her. So those people lying there, they have no freaking business standing in her face. That's, write it down. So it was the air hostess she had an issue with. Now the crew on the floor is already having an altercation with her again. See why I said those people do not have any business dealing with her? They don't have any business dealing with her. Just like I said with that Kwam1 case, it could have been easily resolved. The freaking captain has no freaking business having a chat or whatever with Kwam1 to the extent that he will be spilling stuff. Oshiomole, this case is similar. Oshiomole disrupting everywhere. Who came out? Was it not their boss that came out to try and have a chat with him? Blah, 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 blah. Right? Let's keep watching. See the guy in the blue shirt. Did you see how the guy pushed her? And you asked her not to retaliate, right? That's why I said those extra people on ground had no freaking business in standing in her face. So you saw that guy in the blue t-shirt push her. For what? For what? So let's agree that yes, she assaulted the air hostess. Why do that guy in the blue t-shirt have to put his hands on her? Why? So if fan want to put people for prison, then plenty where they go park. And I'm hoping this video will help them enrich their investigation. Okay? So like I said, those extra people have no Business standing in her face. But let's keep watching because I'm getting somewhere with this, and I'm going to do a proper, proper whatever reaction to this. But I'm just watching because even me watching this, I'm infuriated watching the way she was treated. See how that wants to hold on now? Like, is she your sister? Is she your family? Like I said, those extra bodies have no business dealing with her.
Wait. Don't touch her because they are recording. And you're going to get the SCA. You guys don't touch her. Don't touch her.
Exactly. Don't touch her. Let her be. Somebody's already, infuriated already. She's shouting. She's screaming. And as a business owner, as a customer service assistant, what you should try to do is de-escalate. She herself, she knows that she has done what she shouldn't have done, right? It is the manner at which they approach her that will determine how further upset she becomes or if she calms down. Hence why I said those extra bodies surrounding her had no business dealing with her. And also the air hostess stopping her from disembarking, because at the end of the day, is she not gonna go in through the airport? Are there no security in the airport, in the entrance that she's going to go to pass out? Abi, is she going to fly? Or is there another way that she will have to go through before she comes out of the airport? She will have passed through some sort of area before she leaves, Abi? Is she not going to pass through those places? Is she not? That's 2 extra people on ground that has accosted her. The other one shouting at her, the other guy in the t-shirt, and the other lady who was wearing like a white t-shirt or something, they've accosted. That's extra 2 people who have accosted her, apart from the air hostess. I don't even know why that guy on the beret is holding her. I don't even know why he's holding her. They should have allowed her, there's a way. Somebody who's already angry. Like I said, something must have happened that got her hyped up that way. And like I said, I'm going to read the report that fan posted. But this is the video. So even watching the video, I wouldn't even allow anybody to treat me this way. Okay, because if the way all of them are coming, I'll tell them, you know what, all of you, you are just shouting. I only need to speak to one person. And if they don't make that one person available to me, I'm not going anywhere. So hence why I said those extra people on ground with her had no business standing in her face. But there's a process to everything. So obviously this video is long. Okay. So according to someone, I think somebody dropped in here that she was told to switch off her phone. I have traveled very well. Local flight, international flights. And in as much as you'll be told, I think it was only once I've ever taken a flight and the pilot announced that it should be turned off. Most of the time that I've flown to Nigeria, to other countries and within local flights, all I heard was put your phone in airplane mode. Airplane mode. You don't have to switch off your phone, because for me, when I fly, I like to listen to music. So I have Spotify, and even if I'm not connected to the internet, I still love to listen to my music. So I download my songs, which means that even if if I'm not connected, I'm still able to access all of my music offline. So you'll be told to turn your plane in airplane mode. Yes, people read on their mobile phone because they've got some Kindle or something. You'll be advised to turn it to airplane mode. Okay. So now, let's say it's a flight that has maybe 300 or 200 people on it. You want to go and check every passenger. All 2 of them, you want to check that their phones are off, right? If you do that, you're not flight, you will not depart. Obviously, you expect that an instruction has been given and you expect that passengers will follow. So based on what someone was he OJ that said that she was told to turn off her phone and she refused. That's what's been put out there. We are still yet to hear the side of the lady's story, okay? So now let's assume now that she refused, and you realize that maybe while as an air hostess, while you're approaching or talking to her, she was starting to become, irritated. What should you do? You report this. You don't take it as your own personal fight to fight. You report this to whoever you're meant to report to. Okay, now she now has tried to get off the flight, and like I said, when she was being dragged before her top was exposed, there was a glimpse of the inside of the crew, inside of the flight. There was no other passenger in the flight. It was just her. So why I said the air hostess shouldn't have tried to stop her was because when you realize that she was infuriated, when you realize as an air hostess that she was, not happy or upset, there was a way you could have told your ground crew. You will have security now that would know to come and escort her. You have people like that. You will have told them ahead of time. Right? So you now using your body to stop her from getting off the flight is wrong. You shouldn't have stood in her way. Maybe she would come off the flight. She will walk to arrivals. Will she not enter arrivals? Let the security deal with her. There. Abby? But no, you decided to put yourself in the way whereby, yes, you got back along the line. And even after she already did that, you were still, still using your body to stop her from getting off the plane. That was wrong. That was wrong on the side, on the part of the customer or the air hostess, because like I said, you are a customer service assistant, regardless of if you are air hostess or not. Just to de-escalate the passenger from, continue to become whatever way she must have turned out to become. So now, people now came, hundreds of them, as you can see, maybe 6 or 7 of them, and they were trying to get her off. And even the woman, the lady said she did not behave herself. I'm sure they must have spoken to her and say, she should walk, she should get off the crew, she should get off the flight, right? She must have maybe not listened. Hence why she was dragged that way. But still, was that a way to de-escalate a customer who was behaving that way? No, I believe they could have done better. But yet, 3 guys, pulling her, dragging her. While they were dragging her off the flight, another air hostess reached out, pulled the passenger. She was already on the floor, pulled her top so hard that she yanked her top off and her chest area was exposed. That alone. Do that, you will go to jail. Me, you will go to jail. Because at the end of the day, you were not the air hostess being dealt with. You were not the air hostess she was dealing with. So for the fact that she was already on the floor, 3 men are already trying to get her off the flight. Why did you have to pull her top to expose her bosom area? Why? So let me go and find let's keep watching this while I go find that post of fan explaining what happened. Obviously, they are bringing down their own narrative, right? Until we hear from the lady. Actually, let me share my screen with you. There's another. I found a post. Actually, I think that was the post that fan was using to explain, used to explain what happened. Guys, please like this live stream for me. So obviously, according to this post now, she says that she obviously put her hands on the flight attendants for telling her. So because the attendants told her to switch off her phone, Ibom here releases statement on irate passenger. So like I said, if you have 200 passengers on your flight, you want to go and check all 200. Like I said, in most cases, people don't turn off their phone. They put it on airplane mode. And it's not as if you will not even be able to access the internet except you connect to the paid-for Wi-Fi on the flight. And the flight will have obviously reached a certain height for that to even work. Because they will tell you can connect to, if you're flying Virgin, whatever, you can connect to blah, blah, blah. They will tell you that, right? So this is the lady why she was still in there. So this is the press statement by Abom Airlines. So they said press statement for immediate release. Uyo 11th of August. So they released this press statement today. So they said incident involving an unruly passenger on August 10, 2025. So that incident happened yesterday. So Ibom Air confirms that on Sunday, August 10, 2025, an incident occurred on board our Uyo Lagos flight involving a passenger, Miss Comfort Emanson, whose conduct posed a serious threat to the safety of our crew, passengers, and aircraft. Shortly before takeoff from Uyo, Ms. Emanson was instructed in line with standard aviation safety procedures to switch off her mobile phone. She bluntly refused to comply until the pilot in command made an announcement, after which a fellow passenger seated beside her took the phone and switched it off. So, even the passenger sitting beside her has no freaking business taking her phone and turning it off. Except maybe they sabi each other, they know each other. This action prompted a verbal tirade from Miss Emerson. The situation was eventually calmed, and the situation was calmed, right? And the flight departed as scheduled. So what now happened? Maybe they said the situation calmed after obviously verbal tirade, blah blah blah. Upon arrival in Lagos, Miss Emerson waited for all other passengers to disembark and then proceeded to confront the purser, or maybe the person who had earlier instructed her. She walked up to the unsuspecting purser. I don't know, is that purser? I don't know. Stepped on her, forcibly tore off her wig, removed her glasses and threw it to the floor, and used her footwear to ASSAULT her. She SLAPPED her several times, and when the other cabin crew member tried to intervene, she obviously gave them water too. She then attempted to forcibly remove a fire extinguisher to use as a weapon, an act that could have damaged and grounded the aircraft. By this time, the pilot in command had alerted airport security. See, for the fact that the pilot had already alerted the airport security, the air crew had no further business with her. They should have just allowed the the airport security to arrive, let them deal with it, right? Before security could arrive, the purser, as seen on the viral video on the internet, prevented the passenger from leaving the aircraft. So far, I did not see any video of her preventing any passenger from leaving. From the videos I've seen so far, I did not see any other passenger trying to come off that flight. If any of you have seen any, please let me know. From the ones I have seen, the ones I saw was when she was in the crew, when she was in the flight, and the AO said that she allegedly, giving water, like, oh, she's damaging the aircraft. That must have been when she was trying to take the fire extinguisher. And then 3 men came in, they dragged her. So at that instance, where the 3 men came in, the plane looks pretty much empty anyway. So like I said, I've not seen any video of where other passengers were not able to alight or were not able to get off the plane. So prevented, obviously, the arrival of Ibom Air security personnel did not deter the passenger, as she attacked them as well, lashing out violently at the security personnel. She was then restrained and removed from the aircraft by force. Even after disembarking, she continued to ASSAULT Ibom Air security personnel and even SLAPPED, the ground supervisor. Okay. The passenger was removed from the ramp and taken into custody by FAN security and handed over to the Nigerian Police Force for further investigation. Ibom Air has since submitted a report on the incident to the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority and placed a travel restriction on Ms. Emerson, who will no longer be permitted to fly on any of our aircraft. Okay. Ibom Air reiterates its zero tolerance policy towards any form of unruly or violent conduct that threatens the safety of passengers, crew, or equipment. Such behavior will be met with the strongest possible response, including legal action and permanent restriction from our services. We commend the bravery and professionalism of our crew in handling this situation under extremely challenging circumstances, as well as the swift support from airport security. So, like I said, that's the post there that I saw. Okay, that they put out to say that was what she did. So, in my own opinion, like I said, whoever it was that was on that flight with her, that took her phone and then turned it off, had no business taking off her phone, except maybe if she's she knows that person. Like I said, when they arrived and the pilots in crew already knew, and they've already notified the security, whatever, on ground. Their hostess had no business dealing with her. If she was going to fly through the roof to get out of to get out of that place. How will she do it? Like I said, she's gonna have to walk through arrivals, right? They could have allowed her get to arrival. Like, AO says, come up for there, sit in your bay, let get out of her way. You already saw how she reacted. You could have just get out of her way. You've already phoned your airlines, whatever security you have on ground, to come deal with her. But what did you do? You stood in her way, using your body as a body shield for her not to get off the flight. Like I said, you had no business in stopping her. So assuming they've let her off, like let her go, like do whatever she would do, I won't fault any of the air-staff crew at all. But then you were using your body. Yes, we saw that she was, doing all of that. There's no need for her to do that. But you using your body to get her and stopping her from getting off the flight, you had no business. And yes, look at the amount of people. Even when they dragged her off, like I said, one of the hostesses pulled her top to expose her boobies. And when they now try to drag her off, look at the amount of people that were waiting. Hello, Sanatu, how are you? Exactly. I don't know why she was last person. I don't know why she was last person. What they should have, in most cases, what they would have done was that nobody else will get off that flight until the security arrives and gets her off the flight. That was a good question. Why was she the last person to get off? Why was she the last person to get off? Because like I said, in most cases that I've seen, I've been on a flight before where there was an unruly person. Before all of us could get off at Gatwick, it was that unruly person. Police just entered. All of us seated. We were not moving anywhere. It was that unruly person that the police removed first. So the pilot on the flight already, knew what was going on. So when the situation was calm, they should have called their security, whatever they have, security, airport security. Call them. They were aware. Flight arrived. Instruct everybody remain on their seats. Nobody is disembarking because, yes, she was unruly, right? You will have allowed the airline security staffs to come in first to move her out before anybody else on that flight, but no. And then she now used her body. Air staff now, the air hostess now use her body as a shield. Like I said, she had no business stopping her from getting off that flight because, like I said, it was even an error that all of the passengers already left. She should have been the first person to have been removed from that flight. She should have been the first person. Like I said, I've been on a flight before where there was an unruly. In fact, this one was smoking. And they told him, and they were like, you know what, okay. In fact, it was in the toilet. Me, I perceived the smell, like, what's going on? And before I knew it, yeah, announcement was made. Because my own say, this place, you must arrive at where we are going. And yes, we arrived at Gatwick. We were told there's been a situation on board. Passengers are allowed to sit down, calm, do not move anything. We won't. I mean, obviously, pilot was talking that we won't waste much of your time. We just need to deal with this. And yes, they took the guy. Police came in, 4 of them. They took the guy out. It was after they took the guy away that those of us, the remaining 190 something of us in the flight, we were told to get off. And then again, the amount of people that met that lady, there was no need for that amount of people waiting down for her. There was no need because while they were talking to her, one was like shouting at her. The other one was pushing her a meal. So you said your staff was assaulted, but some of your member of staff on ground did the same to her as well. They did the same to her as well because, like I said, there could have been a better way to de-escalate the situation. If you were able to remain to calm the situation before the flight left Uyo, what happened immediately you guys arrived in Lagos that the situation de-escalated again? What happened again? And I know our air staffs and all these Nigerian people, yes, everybody has water in them. But like I said, something must have set that lady off for her to behave that way. Whatever it is, I don't know. And I'm not justifying that. Like, yes, people go to their places of work. Nobody who is working or anybody who is at work deserve to be at work. They do not deserve that people should be putting their hands on them. No. But as a customer-facing person, you need to have that skill of the escalating situation that will not lead to what it led to. In my own opinion, the flight crew were at fault as well. The flight crew were at fault as well. Like I said, You cannot have a front-facing customer service job like that and you lack skills in de-escalating situations. If I was that air hostess, yes, because at the end of the day, even being as a crew, you wouldn't want to do anything that maybe escalate the case, right? Like I said, you are a front-facing customer. You are the person the customers, the passengers will see once you're coming onto a flight, right? As for me, if I was that air hostess, I know you have done something wrong. I am not forgetting it all, but I will. Customer service. I will even give you extra water if you've not asked for it, because I know what I'm wanting. I want this flight to get to the destination, and I want to be able to hand it to the authority without having upset you in any way. That should have been the goal of that customer service assistant, of that air hostess, but she failed woefully. She failed. She failed. Hello, Abby, I see you. Guys, please like this live stream for me. She failed. She failed. And like I said, those extra bodies on ground, they had no freaking business with her. They needed maybe 4 security personnel. Look at those extra body on the ground. On top of who? One person. Like I said, we've only heard what Fan had to say, Abby. We've not heard the side of the story of the lady. But then, I saw a couple of posts. And these posts are coming from lawyers. Let me share my screen with you. Let me share my screen with you. So I saw this post. It was on MSN. And it says, obviously, moment passenger SLAPL said before being dragged away and detained. So she was detained. So I think, is this the one? No, this is not the one I wanted to share. This is not the one I wanted to share. There's 2 posts actually I wanted to share with you guys. Everybody knows what they are doing, you know. Yeah. And we are going to touch on why. And I'm like I said, I don't know why this lady's case is different. I don't know why she's being treated differently. Okay, this is the post. So, like I said, I found this post. And it says, why woman dragged out of Ibom hair will win in court, make millions, Nigerians react. So, Ibom hair, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it, but Ibom hair is in the news after one of his passengers was arrested at the Lagos airport for alleged unruly behavior. Details of the incident have been shared online, and observers believe that the passenger has a strong case. The airline has imposed a travel ban on the passenger and also warned passengers of violent behavior. So Nigerians have taken social media, blah, 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 blah. And one observation is from an ex-lawyer who believes that the passenger has a good legal case against the airline if she chooses to sue. Me, I've not even seen it before I said that. Yeah, so they will take her to court. And me, she will counter sue every member of staff that puts their own hands on her as well. Because at the end of the day, she's a paying customer. And being a business owner themselves, being customer service advisor, whatever they call themselves as well, they should be de-escalating cases, not putting fire to it. And yes, I know all these people when they are at their work. See, we don't catch you. What did I do, Abby? Let me drop the link in the comment section. Hey, my Uncle Basbos, Uncle Beno. Welcome, sir. I just felt like the air hostess, this is my own anger here is the air hostess. The air hostess could have done better. Maybe they were able to calm everything in the flight, Abby. She had no business dealing with that woman. That's my own. Abby, the link is in the comment section. So, based on the post I found that Abby's in. So, according to this post here, that the woman so this post said, he noted that the passenger could demand hundreds of millions in compensation, given how she was treated, including the posting of her private parts online. He stated, usually, and it's sad, a lot of Nigerians are unaware of their rights in this regard. But when you purchase a ticket, you enter into a contract with the airline for safe, dignified, and timely carriage from one destination to another. Unlawful ejection from the aircraft without lawful justification, especially in this way and manner, that left this lady naked with her lady parts in a public and further recorded and posted on the internet, constitutes a breach of that contract. This woman is entitled to damages for the great and possibly lifelong humiliation she has suffered. The use of unnecessary force can give rise to both civil claims for damages and possible criminal liability for the individuals involved. Being stripped naked in public, particularly with the others recording the incident, definitely leads to reputational harm. Millions of people worldwide have already seen this video, which was posted by the airline. I don't know if it was the airline that posted it or not. Even though it is clear that the unauthorized recording and dissemination of such video is a violation of privacy under the Nigerian law, if this lady decides to sue on just this point, she has very good basis for a claim in thought. So now lawyer talk this one, no be me talk am. This is breach of dignity under the Constitution. The act of stripping, yes. So this is a way, because like I said, it was another air hostess that grabbed her top to expose her. Not the one that this lady was giving water to. Another one standing behind her was one while that lady was already on the floor being dragged by 3 men. This other female air hostess reached out her hand and pulled her top. And that one said, I don't even know why she's flying and she's wearing a top. You are that bossy and you're not wearing coste. Why are you not wearing brace conyon? There's some clothes when you're traveling that you are wearing a better bottom. Your bottom is fine, but why are you wearing a top? And like, do women who are that chastity goes about wearing top like that with no brace conyon? Why are you not wearing brace conyon? Why? Anyway, the act of stripping a passenger of her dignity through public exposure and humiliation is a constitutional wrong, and a good lawyer on this woman's side can easily convince any federal high court in Nigeria to award exemplary damages. Obviously, the post continues like that. In my own opinion, the crew, they've been able to disseminate the matter. She was already calm. They had no further business with her. All they had to do was just smile. Even be checking if she was comfortable, because at the end of the day, you know that once you get to the ground, she's going to be arrested, right? But they want to decide that I got stronger, just like the pilot with Kwam1. They had no business handling her, because at the end of the day, you don't want that flight to be delayed, because yes, you want everybody to go and let the security on ground deal with you so that you guys can continue your journey for the day, right? No, but you use your body as a bodyguard to shield her. You had no business stopping her. Hello, Abby, you're online. You're here, Abby.
Hello, sis. Mama, first of all, you know that your ads on all of these sites are based off of the things that you search for. So clearly, you are searching penhaligons.
Abby, stop!
That's why the whole ads, they want to disturb you with penhaligons. That's why
I don't even know how to remove that. That's why I just left you there.
Of course, you.
I've been looking to shop.
No problem. Anyway, I wanted to say that I think it's very important to we will never know all sides to the story.
True.
But what I always say about analysis is, let's act like we live real lives too. Let's not pretend that we don't have similar lives. I have had loads of local flights within Nigeria, and the one thing that stands out to me every single time, even when it doesn't concern me, is customer service. From the counter staff to boarding staff, all the way to even air hostesses. And then obviously luckily I have the opportunity to compare that to my international travels, since I don't live in Nigeria, and the difference is clear. These people are often extremely rude.
Exactly.
In that situation and again, it could be generalization, but I'm telling you that 8 out of 10 times I've had that experience. Not necessarily to me, but just me over maybe hearing something or do you know what I mean? Like just as what's the word that you use? Just from my experience anyway, just being there, I've seen a lot of situations where people are rude. First of all, what's that whole nonsense of turn off your phone? This is 2025. Our phones are not only used for text and calls. If I tell you that my phone is on airplane mode, it is on airplane mode.
Exactly.
People use their phones to watch downloaded movies, downloaded series, listen to downloaded podcasts. People use their phones to read books. Someone like me, I use my devices, maybe iPad, to sketch, because that's what I do on my free time. You cannot tell me to turn it off. That is my entertainment on flight. I can't remember the last time I used the actual flight entertainment, because I always prepare for my flights with lots of stuff on my iPad for me to use. Nobody turns off devices in 2025, for Christ's sake. We put them on airplane mode. So what's that nonsense argument of if even in international flights now, they even give you both options?
That was why I started with all of my flights. It is airplane mode, and I listen to music on my phone because they don't have better entertainment on local flight anyways.
Exactly. So I don't even understand what that nonsense is. Now, I also wanted to say something very important, right? Like you've already said, this is a case of the wrong professionals also handling a case. Your job should be to de-escalate. And quite frankly, that air hostess should have also left the flight and left her there. It is not your
Exactly.
responsibility to protect the plane, because I think they were trying to stop her from continuing to destroy the plane. That is not your responsibility. You don't have shares in Ibom Air, in case you don't know, air hostess. Because let's even assume that that fire extinguisher she wanted to use to hit her, she actually hit her. What does she think Ibom Air would do for her? Absolutely nothing. So you as well, you have to remove yourself from that situation.
Exactly.
And wait for the right authorities to handle the situation. And like you said, now they have a case of exposing her as well to the public.
And people are filming. We don't know who released the video.
Thank you. How are
and they've used that video to say in their report, viral video. You now go explain which of you post them.
Exactly. So there's so many angles to this thing, and that is why we have to wait for the right authorities to actually do their jobs. So yes, the air hostess, they were very wrong. That woman, what I'm going to say is that people need to start thinking before they react. One reaction can cost you your whole life.
Yeah.
You know, for instance, that whole thing of threatening to hit her with fire extinguisher. If you buy somebody because you're hitting them, what are you going to say? You're going to go to prison because you were angry. You know, so generally, whatever the case is, please let's think before we react. But again, this is one of those cases where everybody is wrong. And like you said again, why would they take this action against this girl and they couldn't take the same action against
exactly Kwam1 and Oshiomole?
Exactly. So these are the issues.
Thank you so much, Abby. Right, the link's in the comment section. I'm trying to find that other video because someone was asking that was she stripped? Yeah, she was stripped. Somebody pulled her. One of the air pulled her top, and she was exposed. Her boobie area was exposed. I saw it. So obviously that was where she was doing there. Well, am I still sharing my screen? I don't know if I'm still sharing my screen with. Let me share my screen with you guys. I'm trying to find out particular one. I don't know. I don't want YouTube to flag this video so they don't think that I'm sharing.
I don't think you can play that video.
Yeah, I don't want to play it.
You cannot, except you find a censored version or one that you censored yourself. You can't play.
Let me see that. I don't. Maybe I should have done that because I.
Do we have to wait till it escalates?
That's that. Obviously, she was still shouting. In most cases, she will be the last person to leave. She will be the first person to be taken off the flight, not the last person. And look at all this amount of people.
Yo, come. Kenny.
She's destroying the aircraft.
At this point, the air hostess had no business standing there anymore. They had no business standing there anymore. Okay, now troublesome person, stay out of her way. Let the security deal with her. But no, I be air hostess. I get power.
Yeah, it
was this one. It was this one that pulled her top. It was this particular one that pulled her top to expose her bosom area. It was this particular lady. This one here.
She wants to grab a quick and slap her. She's destroying the aircraft.
That was where. So that was where I said, no, looking in there, the craft looked empty. There was no other passenger. No other passenger in the flight.
I think you should stop the video around now.
Why you
stop the video?
So you guys saw that lady there. She was not the other one with the braids, with the red nails, was one who pulled her top. For what? For what? That airline, you now go pay. You now don't know anything. Now that lawyers are, I'm sure all those lawyers on X, they will work pro bono for her. Guys, the link is in the comment section.
You have to edit this part out of that video. This video.
I will try and edit it maybe before this video uploads.
Yes,
how do I do that? I'm gonna have to.
So you don't get a warning on your channel. A strike.
I'll try. I will see how maybe I can edit it before he goes before you finish uploading or before you finish doing the stuff. So yeah. So you guys have seen it there. Now the link is in the comment section. If anybody want to call in, I'll take a couple of calls before I finish off here. What I'm trying to say in essence also is this. So now they now said that this lady has been arrested. In fact, I saw a post that she's been charged to court already. So this thing happened yesterday. So she must have slept prison overnight. Let me find that post that she has been charged to court.
Again, the thing here is
What
that
did you do?
her reaction is absolutely wrong. Like
Yeah.
I said, let's
Sorry,
start
Abby.
thinking about
Sorry.
actions before we react because it could cost us a lot, right?
Yeah.
However, you have to understand that when you're operating from a professional standpoint, you're not going to come down to the level of just a passenger. Do you
True.
understand? Because generally, the idea as well is that the passenger is always right, in
Yeah.
quotes. So very, do you understand? So
Yes.
there had to have been a better way. That's
Yeah.
all we're saying. And when you have the right professionals there, the better way is most often, you know, gone. I don't even know the English I'm speaking again. Is most often used, if that makes sense. And again,
Yeah.
this is also the bigger picture is
Mm.
Nigerianness, right? We go through all of this nonsense. Why do we not have air marshals? Why do we not have this is a situation where it was already before they landed? So let's be
Exactly.
honest, the police or whatever staff that are meant to be doing this should have been on ground before that
Mm-hmm.
flight even landed. So that they could have removed her safely before anybody else disembarked. So I don't know.
Thank you so much, Abby. Uncle Beno, welcome, sir.
M5.
Sir,
The
I'm
part where
laughing.
I won't watch, the part where I won't watch, now you cut for the video.
I
Eh?
will tell my sister. What do you mean want to watch that part? In fact, I need to go.
M5.
Abby, I need the contact for me, auntie Uncle B or Auntie B. What do you mean that part is where you want to watch?
M5, we go sue you oh, justice for all the men where they this platform. Oh. Justice for
I'm
us.
ready,
Oh.
oh.
Actually, my sister, Nigeria matter don't tire me. I ain't gonna
No be you
lie.
alone, sir.
Nigeria matter don't tire me. It's like everybody is moving mad in that country from top to bottom.
Absolutely, I agree with you.
In this case, I don't want to say I'm glad that this happened immediately after Kwam1
I'm one.
incident,
Yes,
so that I won't sound like a bad person. But I wanted it because it actually exposed the hypocrisy in Nigeria. So
absolutely,
if you ask me, there is no difference between what this guy did and Kwam1 in
absolutely.
terms of disrupting protocols.
Yeah,
Now, if we go to the court, they might start getting down to the details of okay, Kwam1 did not put his hands on anybody, but yet Kwam1
he
admitted
spilled something on
he
another
spilled
passenger
water
on
on
his. Yeah.
somebody. So that
Mm-hmm.
is still an harassment. All right. Then if we talk about one thing that has been lacking in Nigeria for way too long is security.
Mm,
Is security. Our security system is so porous. It's so
mm.
porous and so bad that initially we're talking about kidnapping, armed robbery, blah blah blah. But now it's spilling over to where they thought they have the most safety in Nigeria, because transportation, land transportation is already rubbish in
Mm,
Nigeria. So everybody decided to now start flying. Now people thought that okay, maybe air is safer, but here we are. We are seeing all kind of incident happening on air now. So, in the case of this lady, I think I agree with all your analysis in terms of that lady being harassed and all that. But the lady also have a home fault, because
yes,
we
absolutely.
have to
Yeah,
be candid.
yeah.
People can't just be moving mad and doing things without respect for law and order. All
True.
right. Okay,
Yeah.
we all took local flights and international flights all the time. And one of the things that I think Nigerians don't realize yet is that here in the Western world, almost everything is considered privilege. If you travel through here, it's a privilege. So the moment you get to the airport, you have to obey all rules in the
Yeah.
airport. You can't even by yelling. If you don't take time, you might even land on
Might
the
be removed.
no-fly
Yeah.
list. But in Nigeria, everybody is just taking law into their hand. So we don't know what really happened between this girl and the air hostess. The story we heard is that okay, she refused to turn off her phone and all that. Okay, even if she refused to turn off her phone, that right there, she has already um,
She's
kind of
violent.
violated
Yeah.
the airspace law, right? But
Mm-hmm.
it is not in the place of the air hostess to either harass her verbally or do anything. All you can do is you get her arrested. But again, just like my Abi rightly stated, where are the air marshals? Where are the police? When
Yeah.
I watched the video, I'm like, okay, what the F? Even all the guys that were dragging her, I don't think it's within their right to drag her. Before the plane landed, there should be policemen waiting for her already. You don't touch
Yes.
her, you don't do nothing. Let her yell, let her wail, let her do everything. They put her in the handcuffs and get her arrested. But again, now the report I'm getting is that okay, they have now filed lawsuit against her, blah 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 blah. Where is the
They've already.
lawsuit
I think they
for
said she
Kwam1?
probably slept in Kirikiri last night, and they've charged her to court already today.
Oh, but
And
K1
that
who
was
is
so quick.
doing K1 who is doing Superman, trying to stop an airplane,
uh
is in his house doing apology video, right? Am I
Exactly.
worried? Everybody ma wa okay last. Oh, everybody go do okay last.
I was
Thank you,
like, so
Ghanaian
why is
5.
how so Kwam1 has two heads? So
Ah,
she's already been charged. So the incident happened yesterday. She must have
mm,
been in police station overnight, and she's been charged to court already. And according to Punch, if by the screen, I mean the news on the screen now, it says a passenger who assaulted Ibon staff remanded in Kirikiri. So why is Oshiomole not in Kirikiri? Why is
ah.
Kwam1 not in Kirikiri?
So that is the Nigeria we found ourselves. That is the Nigeria we are right now. There is a separate law for the poor, a different law for the rich, and then there is another law for the super rich. There's been a lot of things happening these days that it's beginning to look scary to me. If we don't take time, Nigeria will explode very soon, and I pray God will not let that happen.
Uncle Bello,
But
I've been
we are
saying that
tending
for a
towards
very long
that
time.
now.
I've been saying for a very
Yeah.
long time that Nigeria is sinking.
Yeah, we are moving towards that now. May God help us. So, for
Amen.
anything at all, I think if the lady got a good lawyer, she can actually sue. But again, this is Nigeria. Do you think the owner
Nothing.
of E-bomb will pay her jack? No.
They
The
won't pay
case
her
will
nothing.
just linger in court and probably forgotten and buried one way or the other. I think everybody should just learn from this incident. My thing is
Yeah.
that you have to obey the law. I've been
Yeah.
in this side of the world now for going to 13 years. I have never had any altercation with law enforcement in no way at all because I consider myself a law-abiding citizen, and that is
Yeah.
what I expect everybody to do.
To
If
do as
anybody
well.
violated your right, try sue them. If you don't get money to sue them, carry them across social media. Just leave the case
Exactly.
there.
Me, I deal
And
with them via social media.
yeah, so and all those folks who claim to be lawyers in Nigeria, I don't know. Many of these folks don't even know business. They don't know how to make money. If I'm a lawyer, I'll be rich in Nigeria because I'll be picking up all these pro bono cases up and down. By the time
Exactly.
I frustrate you for court, you go come settle me and my client by fire by force. But you will see those lawyers walking up and down now, doing stupid shit. I don't know. Thank you, Jarian, for having me. Make I pick my daughter. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much, Uncle Bedo. Thank you so much, sir. Like I said, I'm not saying that this lady does not have her own fault, though. She has a fault. Like, she has a lot of fault. And also, like I said, all of these people, even the owner of the flight, there's a lot of stuff that, just like Abby explained it, that there's a lot of things you can actually do on your phone. Like, I've been to Nigeria twice. I've been to London local flight a couple of times. I've been out of London. I've been out of Scotland though, to go to Europe once, and you were being told to turn. I don't think there was any. There was. I don't think there was an option of turn off your phone. You were told place your phone on airplane mode, and then they tell you if there's an in-flight Wi-Fi, that because Wi-Fi on in-flight Wi-Fi, the free one is shite anyway. You will not get any connection. You will not get any connection.
They want you
So
to even buy Wi-Fi, actually. That's the one thing I'm going to tell you. They want you to buy Wi-Fi.
they want you to buy Wi-Fi, exactly. So me, I don't bother. The only thing I need my phone for, there's a game I play on it, and if my phone is on airplane mode, I'm still able to play it. Or all of my music that I listen on Spotify, even if I'm offline, I can still listen to all of my music on Spotify. So when I'm on my flight, I just listen to my song. If I feel sleepy, I put my earphones in and I sleep. So my phone is always on airplane mode. In what age are people being told to turn off their phone, for God's sake? And if, like I said, for the fact that she refused, they were able to calm her down till the flight arrived in Lagos, right? So, and it's the duty of the pilot or whoever was in charge of that crew to get the security on board. And upon that flight arriving in Lagos, she should have been the first passenger to get off that plane. I guess because the plane was empty, that was why she went on to behave further unruly. And Sissy, you were saying that obviously the outfit she was wearing is a bad outfit. Like, come, ladies, if you're traveling, I know obviously I don't care where you're going. Wear, at least, like I said, wear brace conyo. Everyone brace conyo could be so that you are chesty and you are wearing a bodysuit. And that bodysuit, I think it's like those G-string ones. Because if you look at it, yeah, she actually buttoned it up. It seems if she did not button it up, the buckle would be jumping. You'll be able to see that she's not buckling it up. So while she was being dragged, it was very clear that she actually buttoned her jumpsuit. It was while she was being dragged by those three men that another air hostess that I showed you pulled her. Yes, that hostess, one with the kujuku and the red nails, pulled her. She pulled her top. And that was how she was exposed. That alone, I swear to God. If I not see money, say because in a thought I assault in her staff, I go pay. Because why the passenger was already on the floor anyway. Why did she think it was all right for her to pull at her top? And like I said, women, dress appropriately. Regardless of where you're traveling to, dress appropriately. Learn to wear base condoms when you are going out and about. If you're in your house, do whatever. But if you're out and about, anything can happen. What if in a case of emergency, you are in an accident and they're trying to save your life, and then they rip your top to give you CPR, and then the next thing they open is pole. They see all your cowbell everywhere.
My mom always actually taught me that one. My mom was very into wearing matching lingerie or matching underwear. I mean, I'm just saying,
I'm team.
Who has time for that every day, mommy, please? But she said that because her thing was always, imagine they have to give you CPR and they have to cut your clothes open. At least be presentable. I'm thinking, I want to be presentable at an emergency. But yeah, it's true. Wear bra, wear pants, please. Doesn't even make sense. However, Mama, I think I agree with Sissy. I don't know that air hostess's intention was to expose her. I think she was trying to assist in pulling or pushing her.
No. Assist, how?
One second.
3 men. So are you guys telling me that 3 men cannot pull a lady off the floor?
It's a fight.
On her back on the floor.
Mama, fight. It is a fight.
3 men.
So everybody was trying to help.
Did you not see the posture of that lady?
No,
so are you telling me now that 3 guys cannot pull her off?
You're saying that she looked at her, calculated, she doesn't have a bra. Calculated, I'm going to remove her top because I can see she doesn't have a bra. That's what
she wouldn't have known. But what I'm saying in essence is that there was 3 guys were already pulling her. She was already on the floor. The hair hostess, the second one, had no right whatsoever reaching out with her hands to pull at her top. She went for her top.
I honestly, I think she was just pulling at her. I find it very difficult to believe that it was that well calculated in an attempt to, I don't know, an attempt to expose her. But like I said before,
maybe not expose her, obviously, because she wouldn't have thought that her top was going to come up. But then she was already on it. It's just like when police want to arrest somebody.
None of them had any reason to touch her, but that particular point would mean that she was very calculated. I'm not going to give I can't give her that credit that she calculates that well. That's what I'm saying. So either way, they shouldn't have touched her. Either way, I do think she has a case, at least as counter suing them, and then the suit will just be Ojoro will cancel Ojoro.
Exactly. Because on the floor, another guy pulled her. Another guy pushed her.
Exactly. So at the very least, she might not get anything. But I also wanted to say that, Mom, if I remember when I was going to Singapore and I had that whole issue with Qatar, when it stressed me, you don't have to fight. Me, I'm so a person that I've said this before. You have to calculate. Yes. When you're at an airport, this staff can stop you, ruin your holiday. Ruin your holiday also means wasting your money. So after I calculated, I was like, nah, I'm not having this. I called them, they sorted things out, and they gave me £1,000 worth of.
I need my own percentage for hearing sake.
I already used to book holiday. They gave me £1,000 worth of voucher. I said this to say that there's always a better way. Go home, breathe in, breathe out, and compose your email. Compose your email. If you, for someone like me, they say, I don't know. I wonder if this is because I was black. Perhaps because I'm a young black lady. The Kata say, hey, they have come again, and they gave me a voucher. So please, guys, there's always a better way. Don't ruin your life.
Exactly. And I think also, obviously, I've never flown within Lagos before. So, no airline is asking you to turn off your phone. No airlines, like I said, people use their mobile phones for a lot of things. But I've got somebody here in the house. Fatai Natasha, please unmute yourself.
Hello.
Unmute yourself, Fatai. Hello, welcome.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Welcome.
Um, yeah, thank you very much.
No.
I've never been here.
You're welcome. If it is your first time, you're welcome here.
Yeah. Actually, let's anyway, let me. I'm trying to because kind of in the environment, I don't really know how to, you know. Anyway, I see these days a lot of these things happening at the airport, and so that's why I wanted to join in.
Okay.
I totally appreciate your guest's position that it it's we have to be careful because
Yeah.
the airport things are very flight things. It's very complicated things. We
Yeah.
have to be careful in that area. So the lady could be careful, should have been a little bit more careful.
Yeah.
But same also. So and also I appreciate also your comment that what happened to Oshiomole? What about Oshiomole? What
Exactly.
about Kwam1?
And Kwam1, they are not in jail.
So because when you see the letter the airline put out
Yeah.
explaining what happened, that is a total cock and bull story.
Exactly.
You that is a total cock and bull story
I don't believe
that
they are
you ask
right.
her to switch off her phone and then another passenger drag the phone from her or
For
whatever.
her.
Are you joking now?
Exactly.
Is this going on in our country? So some guy or some girl sitting next to me yanked my phone from me. But she needed, and when you see that video they put out, where is the video of the original incident?
Exactly.
Because this video they put out is a perfectly videoed situation. They were
Yeah.
waiting for this part video release is a setup. They probably already knew that this lady, whatever I say girl, am I mistaken? I don't know her age, I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's not out of disrespect. They probably knew that they probably calculated some anger issues
Yeah.
and they were ready to video this thing. That video is a total disgrace, you know.
Absolutely.
It's a total disgrace. She probably has some anger issue, it's clear to see.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
this is a setup. This video they showed last is, by the way, why is it that it is some people, luggage carriers, that are always dealing with people?
Exactly.
Because
That's why I say that there's a lot of people there, and the guy that you see, they're meant to be dealing with luggage. One of them was pushing her. Like who's that person?
what if I don't want to talk with any. I've never the time that I've flown, I'm going to aeroplane, I'm coming out. I don't have business with luggage people now. What do I have to do with? I said I go to pick up my luggage at this thing. What's the name again? Turning around. Well, but then I'm going into even the Kwam1 situation. Okay, what are the luggage people? How is it the luggage people that we're talking to Kwam1? Kwam1 biggest mistake is trying to stop an aeroplane. There's no excuse for
Exactly.
that. Why are you
Yeah.
trying to stop an aeroplane? You understand? But if you take out that incident of him trying to stop an aeroplane, okay, what is my business with luggage people?
Bio. And it
What do I
didn't
be?
male, they're all male, grabbing her,
I,
speaking to her as if
I,
she's their house help.
yeah, I have never talked to the luggage people. I've never talked to pilots. I don't even think I've seen the pilot. No, I just I go to where I want to see. I mean, I've seen them see them, but I don't. These are people that have no business with you flying when you're flying.
Yeah.
So what is Festus Keyamo? Because if you blame one, you have to blame the other. What is
Exactly.
Festus Keyamo? What is Festus Keyamo's influence on the aviation industry? Because as a lawyer, because okay, it's not his profession, the aviation, but when Festus Keyamo, because I used to go to another channel,
Okay.
and I thought that it was actually a genius move to make Festus Keyamo the Minister of Aviation as a
Aviation.
lawyer. Yeah. Because the Nigerian aviation has so many problems with contracts, with legal issues, and I mean, so as a lawyer, as a son, even he said he worked in AFCC. I mean, his influence in that industry will straighten out a lot of rules, laws, procedures. Okay, but it seems that it's even worse under him. Not the business itself, but the procedures.
Yeah.
Because this is like a jungle. Why do we have a son as the Minister of Aviation and
Aviation.
the of the jungle?
Honestly, Nigeria is gone.
What is he doing every day except he says, "Oh, I help what is his name, the airpeace chairman." Okay, that one is not really a big deal because reciprocity. Because if British Airways are flying to Nigeria, let's assume 21 times, and what's his name, the airpiece, what's his name again? Onyema is
Yeah.
requesting people to fly to British 21 times. That is actually, that's not even a favor. That is like you're being stupid. If you are allowing foreigners to fly into your country and your own people cannot fly to their country the same amount of time. So that's not really an exceptional favor. So
Yeah.
that's like don't be stupid. You can't allow people flying into your country and your people cannot fly to their country the same amount of time. So that's not something to carry in the head and say the almighty job I've done. No, his influence in the aviation industry will be better felt that to remember that at least a lawyer passed through here, and it looks like we are living in 2025. This
Yeah.
also, this lady certainly looks like she had anger issues, but
Yeah.
this looks like they spotted that negativity in her, and they planned for her when she's coming out. And that this video is not like some hand video. What do you call it? When when you see an event about to happen and you take out your phone,
Yeah.
you'll be shaking. It's almost like a movie. They're shooting a movie. It's so stable, so perfect video. Is this a setup or something? She doesn't deserve to be set up.
No.
And they're stopping somebody, delay even the whole story. And then the I don't know what they call the other one, that one that was manning the gate, the aeroplane door. She manned the
Yeah.
aeroplane door and smiling. You're gonna today's you, because they know they are recording, so they stand there and they're having fun. They're having fun at her at
Exactly.
her
Because they're
at
doing it.
her at her down moment. These people like that can frustrate you. You never can tell. You don't, because a lot of
Like I said,
frustration.
until we hear the side of the lady's story, that's when all of this will make sense. But in my own opinion, the air hostess had no business dealing with her.
What I do, my own problem is even that there are many things in life that is not, some things, some stories gone is not is it's like, let me call it, I mean, I don't mean big psychology. Some people touch you like play on your brain, and some people, if they can't deal with it step by step, they just know that I get ready for it. I will show you my video.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, your video is getting recorded. Unfortunately, your video is getting recorded, and your video they go show to the world.
Yeah.
You understand? But
Yeah.
meanwhile, under the line, they are putting fire. Well, because for me, I know 100% that story put out by that airline is a cock and bull story.
I don't believe exactly. It's got there's a couple of things in it. Yeah.
In fact, it's a shame on the aviation industry if 2025 you are still flying. In fact, that's probably security problem. That's even dangerous problem. If they are still flying aeroplanes that where you are required to turn off your phone totally.
Your phone.
I think we're in the 12th century. Modern aeroplanes don't look. You just put it like, I think also your guest said it. Just
Yeah.
put it on your
Airplane mode.
airplane mode, because it's about these signal issues. Put it on airplane mode. It's not so much about the phone, whether it is on or off. It's about signal issue. I know the technology is more advanced than that. You just put on aeroplane mode. There's no signal disturbance. So what is you say you should turn off her phone, and she didn't turn off her phone. What kind of a story? That's a kind of a nonsense story. And then she didn't turn it off, and then another passenger snatched her phone.
Took it off.
Another passenger snatched my phone. Something they worried the other passenger. Where is that passenger? That passenger also
where's the passenger?
needs to be charged for assault. That passenger that snatched her phone needs to be charged for assault. That passenger is the root of this problem. What concern another passenger. If he's not switching on a phone, doesn't the airline have procedures to deal with passengers' issues? How is it your job, another passenger? How is it another passenger? Are you the police of the aeroplane to be snatching? It's a total cock and bull story. Probably, especially given the video, she don't enter the trap. Apparently, from the video, she entered the trap because of her fight. But even all these 1 million people, all these people, are they security people? I mean, I think at some point some security people came around, but all these people circling around her. How is this their job? Because also, even you're saying you are circling her, or the one that stood at the door to wait until security comes. That is like a jungle. That's a 12th century situation. She can go. She has a name.
Exactly. She's going to fly again, and then her name is on the system, and they will take her.
Exactly.
She won't even leave the airport. She doesn't leave the airport.
This airline is the problem of this situation because she can go. She has a name. Exactly. If she leaves the airport, you can find her. Are you saying you cannot find her? What is the purpose of all these people like a circle around her? Or the one at the gate, at the door of the aeroplane, saying she will not go out until I don't know what they are expected to come. It's a total disgrace. That thing is a total disgrace. The lady has serious anger issues, but the airline is a total disgrace. What happened there is a total disgrace.
Thank you so much, Mr. Fatai. I'm just going to allow others to also contribute to this so that we can take all the calls.
Before the person, I want to say something. Do you also realize that one person not having their phone off will not crash the plane? Because that would have been that's the way to de-escalate something. Leave it and let her face the consequences when they finish. Do you understand? It's not one person's phone that would have caused air crash. Please.
True. Thank you so much, Abby. Hello, CC, my beautiful CC. Welcome. Unmute yourself. Welcome. I see the banter between you and Abby going back and forth.
First time calling. Hi, Mama 5. Hope Scotland is treating you well. Oh God, you know what? I'm a law-abiding citizen, so I can't relate.
Yes, I'm a law-abiding citizen.
I can't be asked to engage in some of these things that will just delay you or make your life more stressful.
One person, please talk.
Pardon?
You go, CC.
Okay, so I said, as a law-abiding citizen that I am, I find it hard to engage. I don't allow people to get me to this level.
Decorum, please. Some decorum, please.
Somebody's already speaking, Mr. Solomon. I'm just muting you. We have one person speaking just now. Carry on, CC.
Well, you know what is happening. Sorry, everybody needs to mute. Mama 5, mute everybody. I think he's getting feedback.
I've muted everybody, but this person keeps unmuting themselves. So I've muted everybody. CC is the only person who is on mute now. Carry on, CC.
Okay, so I just think that I feel like sometimes we just need to use emotional intelligence. That some of these workers, it's like they come in on a bad day, they're having their own things going on, but you as a passenger, you need to think, is it really worth me even responding? Most times these people just want to frustrate you. I get it, right? These service people, a lot of them, they might be having a bad day, maybe something happened and now they're using that anger to annoy you as a passenger. But my thing is, in the long run, what has she gained from the behavior that she displayed? Because all of these people, they have video evidence from their angle. It's not like it's her people that was recording from their angle, right? So even if you want to do lawsuit, you want to complain, all 5 of those passengers, all 5 of those staff and the people on the ground, are they going to back you up and say, oh yeah, so my colleague was antagonizing her, my colleague spoke to her in a rude way, and that's why she reacted the way she reacted? So sometimes when you're outnumbered in these things and you really don't have a leg to stand on, it's just not worth even engaging. My thing is always, I do not engage with these idiots. I'll listen to them, I'll do what they say. If they say put your phone away, put your phone away. What do you need to do?
That's a lesson for us to learn. Yeah.
Do you understand? So sometimes it's just like some incidences are not even worth reacting to, because if she had been asked to put her phone away, if the person is being an idiot, they're asking you to put the phone away, take note of their name. When you climb off the plane, you go to the desk, you go to customer service and say you want to speak to the manager and report the person. What would that have cost you? Absolutely nothing. You wouldn't have been exposed. You would now not be on no-fly list, more than likely, in a country like Nigeria, where it's even in your best interest to fly as opposed to taking the road or being inconvenienced. So now what are you going to do? Was it worth it? And to me, I just think it's a big no. So, some things are just not worth it, like even responding to or engaging with, so it's a lesson learned for her. Hopefully,
absolutely,
it won't be.
And she should remember to wear bra.
Oh, that one is a must.
Matching bra, no, the same color. Don't go and be wearing red bra.
I told Abby this is her people, her Gen Z people that will be moving with no pants and bra.
Please, that is not always that's not always feasible, because sometimes you need to wear something. It's black pants that you need to wear, so that it's not be showing. Please.
No. What happened to bra?
Make sure it's matching. Make sure it's matching.
Like every day, I'll just wear yellow lingerie, pink lingerie.
If you're going to wear bodysuit, please be wearing the one that starts with S and IMS. Okay, at least the material is durable. This one that they've used to shred like paper is from Shein or whatever, my dear. That's why my mom always says, "Don't buy cheap clothes."
Exactly, don't buy cheap one. Exactly.
But that's my contribution. Thank you.
Thank you for doing a great job. So much. Right, Mr. Solomon, unmute yourself, please.
Oh, good morning.
Good, well done, sir. We are in afternoon here in Scotland. You're welcome here, sir.
Okay. Oh, it's a pleasure joining this conversation.
Yes, sir.
But the only lesson in there is we should learn to control our anger, regardless of what's going on. I don't care what's going on, but she shouldn't have slapped the air hostess. For no reason, she should have done that.
Absolutely.
And I don't think, look, if they say, like, Nigeria is the lawless country, we all know that. Sometimes you could save yourself the embarrassment of just doing what they want you to do and just get out of the plane. We have several channels. I know if she complains, they're not going to do anything, but we should learn to control our anger. Oh, switch off your phone. Okay, just switch off your phone. I do some things in Nigeria, not because I want to, not because I don't know my right, but I won't save myself all the stress of going back and forth, because you're not going to win. These guys, they are specialists, they are professional in getting you so upset that they will push you to the wall, that you will react. And when you react negatively. So the best thing is learn to just control your emotions, your anger. Snatching away the lady's phone is absolutely wrong. I condemned it. But just learn to stay away from controversies. Now, look at what she has caused herself. And everybody will keep saying, oh, it's going to be a lot of people against us. She's not going to win. I'll be honest with you. But the thing is, we should learn to control our emotions, our anger. So many things in Nigeria will never be right. It's not a cause. Nigeria, it will never be right, and it will never go well. But the best thing is when you see such, when you identify that, okay, I think I'm sensing some trouble here, there might be some embarrassment, just walk away.
Yeah, exactly.
Walk away. See, switch off your phone. You know it's wrong. In a modern times we are now, switching off your phone is maybe probably some years back. They don't do that anymore.
They don't do that anymore, exactly. And I think aviation rule has changed
now
as well.
They've gone to the point whereby you can even chat all the way on here to your destination.
Exactly.
But if they says, hey, man, can you switch off the phone? Just switch it off. Just switch it off. Not because you don't see. They tell me a lot of things like, hey, do this. I've been at the airport before. These guys were pushing me back and forth. I almost want to, but I said, you know what? Let me just get out of it. I'll be a few more minutes. Let me leave. Let me just leave. Let me save myself the embarrassment, save myself of the trending, the Twitter, the YouTube. Let me just go. And I left, and I was good. So sometimes we just have to just let it go. It does not really worth fighting for in Nigeria, because you're not going to win, and they will ruin your day, embarrass you, call you all kind of names, and you see all these little boys on Twitter. Oh my God!
I know. So I know they're already posting the video everywhere.
Even people
Anger
that does not
boys,
even
that's
watch,
what they call them.
even people that cannot even talk to you when they see you.
Exactly.
Even people that will go on their news, some will be kotoing for you when they see you. They'll be dragging you on internet. Never. I will not stoop to that point where I want like somebody who are just your kids at home, people you can field. You allow them to just make a mess of your life. No.
Your life, absolutely.
So to me, if I see the lady, regardless of what she's going on, please, some other times, if you find herself in such a situation, she should just walk away. Yeah. Walk away. Look, everybody is saying, oh, unruly, but nobody is even saying what really happened. When I saw the video, something must have happened before they got to that point. But nobody, as I speak to you right now, nobody is looking, everybody's just looking at the scene and they are condemning her.
Afterwards, yeah.
But the question is, what happened? She's not mad. She shouldn't have. I'm pretty sure she won't get to that point whereby she's harassing everybody. Something must have necessitated a reaction. But nobody is seeing it that way as we speak. Nobody is seeing it that way.
No, exactly.
So you see a madman on the road, something must have made her mad, him or her. But nobody would listen. They only see the action, and the action is the one trending on.
It's the one that people hold on to, yeah.
So for me, if we have the opportunity of seeing that, we should just tell her some other times, hey, walk away. That's my contribution.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr.
Solomon. God bless you. You're doing a great job. I really appreciate you. I'm one of your big fans on YouTube.
Hey!
Every time
you're one of silent watchers. We have a lot of
I'm a silent watcher. I'm a silent watcher. I only watch you doing your thing, and you are doing great.
Thank you so much, sir. We are coming up with some shows that's going to be involving men. So please turn on your notifications, and when we need men,
as soon as I see the link, I watch you every day. Some of your YouTube before, I'm always the first 500 most times.
Thank you so much, sir.
I know where you post.
Thank you.
Please keep the good work going. Please. God will bless you and keep your children. I really appreciate you. The Lord will honor you. Thank you very much for educating us. This is educating. I'm learning from people's experience, so I don't fall into the trap.
Yes, so
where they will drag a small boy like me on Twitter. Never. Thank you very much, ma'am. I'm still on the show. I'll continue to listen to other people. I appreciate everyone. God bless you all. Thank you.
Amen. Right, Mr. Gbenga.
Sorry, before the next person goes, Mom, if I need to put Sissy on timeout, if I block her permanently, look at Sissy's comments. Of all the things we're talking about, look at Sissy's focus.
To make both of you go and be sorting that. I'm not putting anybody. Both of you be sorting each other up in the comment section.
Abby was agreeing with me. See people.
Oh God! Right, Mr. Gbenga, unmute yourself, please, and let's hear your views in regards to this matter.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening and welcome. Welcome, sir.
My name is Gbenga DBC. I'm a lawyer. I'm based in Nigeria.
Thank you, sir. In fact, you are welcome here, sir. Thank you, sir.
So I would like to look at things from a bit more holistic perspective.
Yes, sir.
Like the last caller said, it's very important to understand that lady was she was sort of restrained from leaving that airplane.
Yes.
If you look at the video that you can see, she was trying to make her way out of the exit. One of the hostesses blocked her.
Yes.
And then in the process of maybe trying to force her way out, she was then saying, "Oh, she's touching me, she's eating me." But from what I could see, I didn't see her slap anybody. Yes, she poked at her in the face.
Yeah, it was a poke, slap. More like it was not a slap, it was more like a poke.
But in law, there's what you call false imprisonment, which means that if you are not an officer of the law, you are not allowed to restrain somebody within a confined area. It's called false imprisonment.
Thank you, sir.
If, for instance, now let's say someone offends you and you call the police officer to come arrest the person, and before the police officers get to that scene, if in any way you let's more like lock the door against the person or try to, as far as you're trying to contain the person, it's a criminal issue. It's called false imprisonment. But of course, you have to look at the circumstances holistically in this case, more so with the conduct of the lady.
Yes.
But of course, the issue that has been raised also is the issue of the air marshal, which I believe that it is their responsibility to deal with such issues and not for, let's say, every Tom, Dick, and Harry to respond
Exactly.
as they
Baggage boys, baggage men to come and be dealing with you.
And what happened was a clear case of uncoordinated response by the airport. Now, to the issue of the lady that tore off that lady's shirt, it was a clear, deliberate act. I refuse to agree with the earlier lady that said that she wasn't, yes, you can say that she didn't premeditate it and terms, oh, I calculate that she's not properly dressed. She's not. If you look at the scene, the lady was being dragged by some men by her hands, some men by the legs. She wasn't carrying her anywhere else. She wasn't even trying to support her from the, let's say, from the body. She just went for her clothing and yanked it off.
Exactly.
That was all she did. That was all. So there is a clear case of aggravated assault. Clearly, you can see that. You can see that. And so, at the end of the day, the perspective that I will round up with is this: the Nigerian judiciary is making a mess of itself.
Absolutely,
and I'm saying this with a heavy heart. They are making I mean, not myself, but I know how these things work out. We're making a big mess of ourselves. I remember something happened last year. This is a bit out of context, but just to give you a bit of analogy. I remember that David Udayi filed a case relating to a maybe certificate forgery regarding a presidential candidate at the time. He filed a case in court. That case was not assigned to any magistrate or maybe a judge. It wasn't assigned to anybody. The elections were over.
Wow.
So, yes, he filed a so in Nigeria, it's not enough to file a case. Your case has to be assigned to a particular judge or a magistrate or whatever it is that will see to the conduct of the case. And so when the judiciary keeps doing things that keeps undermining its integrity, things like this will keep happening. So just last week, we had the one with K1, the ultimate. Now the AG has not come out to give a categorical statement. Now they are investigating. This one, they need investigation. They very conclude the investigation and then they charge her to court. Now I heard that she was remanded at Kirikiri prison.
Yes. So it happened yesterday on Sunday.
And you
so
now
she's
see the double standards of the Indian judicial system. Yes, you see the judicial standards. And at times you go to court, you have some judges that be blasting lawyers. Lawyers are not doing their work. They are lazy. As far as I see it, it goes to both ends of the divide. That's where I see it. Some lawyers get to court, they are not ready to even proceed with their case. They just come to court to take an adjournment. It happens a lot, yes. But most often than not as well, some judges also don't fare any better. At the end of the day, the law that should be the last hope of the common man, we are gradually tilting to a state of lawlessness. And I leave you on this note. Whatever crisis that I see today in Sierra Leone, it was precipitated by reckless judiciary. At the time, in the 1960s, the then president of Sierra Leone wanted to create maybe like he kept amending the constitution to give himself like a term without limit in office. And the judiciary kept agreeing with him. They kept granting him the amendment that he sought. Eventually, he became a one-party state. And that was what led to the breakdown of law and order in Sierra Leone. To date, they have not recovered from that anomaly. So at the end of the day, anybody can misbehave, whether they are politicians, whether they are private persons. If the judiciary is not doing its work, then we are setting a very dangerous precedent, not just bad, but a very dangerous precedent. At the end of it, nobody knows. Nobody can know. If you think you are mad, some other person will be madder tomorrow. That's the way it is. Thank you so much for your good work. I appreciate your platform.
Thank you so much, Mr. Gbenga. Thank you so much. Your knowledge is highly appreciated. And thank you so much for also shedding more light into that for us. So, guys, this is another video that has been censored that I've just popped here. Welcome, BBO. I see you. Welcome, everybody. So, obviously, I saw a post where Kate Henshaw was asking that they pardon her. So that's another video. I'm going to allow that video to keep playing. So obviously you can see how she was dragged to the floor. Like those men, these are baggage. They are meant to be handling baggages, right? Look at all of them.
This is why our baggage is always breaking. Because look at.
You see how they were there. That's 3 guys pulling her. And you said that somebody that one pulled the other. You see? You know what? They've already told us that I already said that Nigeria is sinking. Okay, Nigeria is sinking. There's nothing anybody can tell me. Anyway, like I said, I found a post on Instagram where Kate Henshaw is asking that she should be forgiven. So now my issue here, the issue I'm having right here is the fact that people are like, but Wasiu Ayinde did not touch anybody. Wasiu Ayinde spilled something on somebody's body. Here in the UK, spill something on police body. The way they will ramble you to the ground. So now, this case now, it happened on Sunday, and she was locked overnight in prison. She has been charged to court and remanded.
That one, don't try that in UK and split somebody on a map.
No, me care. Now, social media, I will mind my business and I will behave myself.
That one, if he tries that in America, man, you'll be dead. No, forget it.
Exactly, it's true. It's true. It's true. You don't do that. So, obviously, there's a lesson for us to hear and learn here. But before then, this thing that this lady did, it's not different from what Kwam1 did. It's not different from what Oshiomole did. And what are their cases? Obviously, they said that they are investigating Kwam1, and they've placed him on ban, and then it's on indefinite ban. And then this indefinite ban, maybe in 2 weeks' time or in 3 months, and they'll say they've lifted the ban. And again, he's come out to apologize, and it was after that apology they said that AIG wants to investigate the case. Whatever, but why did they not allow this girl go and charge her to court or invite her to the police station? Why was she locked up? Why was Kwam1 not locked up? Why was Oshiomole not locked up? So it's not Nigeria is a case of whoever has money or who has connection, right? Me at times I'm just minding my business. I don't want to use the whole of my mouth to talk, because if I still want to be able to enter Nigeria tomorrow. That's why when I'm talking at times, I am not using the whole of my mouth to talk. I want to be able to enter Lasgidi, to come and enjoy Lasgidi. Because tell me why these men were not locked up or were not even put in chains and cuffs. But then she's a woman, a child of nobody. And they locked her up. She's been held in Kirikiri. So apparently, Kate Henshaw came out to plead for her on her behalf. And I would imagine that Abike Dabiri should come out and plead for this lady as well, because Abike Dabiri came out to plead for Kwam1. So Abike Dabiri, Madam Abike Dabiri, wherever you are, you need to write a press statement and come and beg for this lady, because Kwam1 no get two heads. And in the history of Kwam1, I don't know what Kwam1 has done for Nigeria other than sing at big men's parties.
And also, Kwam is also known to be quite aggressive anyway. It's not the first, second, or third time that he's been a fool in
we've seen allegedly. Maybe we don't have money for court.
He's not allegedly. It's on the internet. I will show him the video when he brings his lawsuit.
Abby, allegedly. We don't have money for court case. So remember, we want to go to Vegas. We don't have money for court case. So Abike Dabiri, please, you need to come out and beg for this lady, because like I said, she's an ordinary citizen. So I'm even surprised that Abike Dabiri came out to beg for Kwam1. Like I said, I don't know any charitable work or any sophisticated work that Kwam1 has done that has benefited Nigeria. Because from his apology, I'm a clinical veteran, blah 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 blah. The only thing I know Kwam1 for, Adeori or King, he sings at Owambe party, a big men's party, and they spray him in bundles. That's the only thing I know him for. Nothing else. And obviously him marrying beautiful Oyibo Pepe wife or Popo wives. So Abike Dabiri needs to come out and beg for this lady as well. So Kate Henshaw came out. I don't know, maybe Kate Henshaw is just pulling everybody's leg or not. But yeah, it says there that let her apologize, please. That okay, she should apologize. If she apologizes, then they can let her be. But in my own case, in my own opinion, if she apologizes, she needs to sue the airline, especially that particular member of staff who pulled her clothes. There was no need for that. There was no need for that. And also, as we are talking about all these flights, there was a video I saw last week where a guy he said he was attending a wedding in I don't know what city, maybe Akwa Ibom or something the following day. And his flight was meant to be about 10 o'clock in the morning. He said he arrived there. His flight was delayed to 12 o'clock. From 12 o'clock, they delayed to 4 o'clock. From 4 o'clock to maybe 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock till midnight. And then midnight came for them to board the flight. It was delayed again. How do they compensate this member? How do they compensate staffs? I mean, passengers? How?
They don't. They simply don't. They just give you their hard cake and that chivita juice. That's it. Do you know the number of times? I don't know if I'm allowed to call the name, but one of the ones that travel Gatwick to Nigeria now. The number of
yes, I know.
Puts me in a mess. In fact, I thought I could do one of those things where I would go on the morning of my friend's wedding and come back at night, Lagos to Abuja. I got there after the wedding has finished.
Voila. So something the aviation industry in Nigeria something needs to be done. And also, like I said, I've traveled a lot, okay? And I don't think at any point I'm being told to turn off my phone. The only announcement I hear is put your phone in airplane mode, because at the end of the day, the flight wants to make money. They will ask you if you want to connect to the inbuilt Wi-Fi so that you can pay. And me, I don't need it because I already put all my songs on Spotify. If I'm offline, I can still listen to all my music. So something needs to change. And all of these people, Fanny, what's his name? Like, what is that? Is that his name? He flies abroad several times. So I think some policies need to be, amended. It needs to be changed. With that being said as well, obviously, this lady now, I don't know why her judgment was so quick. And also, just like everybody has said here,
I want to ask a question. Nobody should beat me before people say, hey, feminist has come again. Do you think that there's a very big, because I say this all the time, there's a very big aspect of, first of all, with Wasiu, with Kwam1's case, a very big part of why that thing was exaggerated and taken out of context is because the pilot was a woman. I'm telling you this for a fact. Secondly, in this situation as well, things would have been handled differently if it was a man.
Yes.
Let's be very honest. Even all of this standing, and I know people are going to say I'm a feminist, no problem. I think everybody should be feminist. So I'm telling you that women always get the short end of the stick. And like I said before, Sisi and I were explaining our situation as well. A lot of times, even the attitude to begin with, every time I look around me, whether it's in hospitality or in aviation industry, when it comes to their customer service, men are treated nicer than women by women.
True.
I don't know why. You go to a restaurant where you think I can't tip you because I'm with a man. It's the man that deserves all the attention. You don't even look my way. You don't say good afternoon to me, but you say good afternoon to the man. Why? Because it's the man that's going to tip you. I'm not going to tip you. Your assumption straight away is that it's the man that has the money and I don't have the money. Now, the situation I had even with Qatar Airlines, even if it was not in Nigeria, I know for a fact it's because of the way I dress to airports. I'm very particular about the way I present myself, even at airports, because of the comments the woman made. So it just makes sense. Women have that weird, silent, I don't know if to call it competition, and they feel the need to make your life as a woman a little bit harder, when actually they should be making it easier. I promise you a very big part of this thing, and it's escalating, is the fact that she's a woman. This air hostess would not be in this situation with a man. I promise you.
True.
Okay. Ma'am, let me tell you this.
Yes.
Nigeria is a masculinist society where we have no regards for women.
Thank you so much, sir.
See, I'll be honest with you. They treat women differently the way they treat men in Nigeria. So I'll stand with you on this. Even if I happens to be the only one standing with you, I think I will stand with my head high.
Yeah.
Look, women are being treated differently in Nigeria. Everything about women, just check how politics is being run in Nigeria. That will tell you that they don't even want them to have power or to have a say in anything, both in economy, both in the society or what have you. We need to understand that. And if the women don't change the voting pattern as well, things will continue. For me, in the next election, my thing is, as many women I may be vying for position, if every one of them could come out and say, wait, you know what? It's high time we look at our Senate.
Exactly. I was about to touch on that.
Just 3. What can 3 do?
I mean, there was 4. One is one leg in, one leg out now.
Okay, 4. That's 105 against 5 versus 4.
3.5.
3.5.
It's like you look like a Goliath and one tiny rat.
Exactly.
So that's the way you see. It's very unfortunate. To be honest, if it was a main pilot with K1, I'll tell you nothing. Even he won't do that. I'm telling you right now, he will not. True. But because he's a woman that look at this small girl. That's the first thing that would like that will be on his mind. Like, look at this small girl.
And he asked the question,
you know, all those mentality, they should just put those things in the
I have your type at home. That's what they always say.
Yeah, I have your type.
Congratulations.
Some of them will even be so raw and dirty and say, you just like, you'll be like, oh, really? That's the reason. And look at the way, for real, nobody will treat a man like this. I'm telling you. Look at that lady. Look at the lady in front of those guys wearing white and black. Look at her behavior.
that
Look
was
at
the
the way
one.
she's
That was the one that was being dragged out.
Look.
So I think
At
somebody
least
could buy
for a reasonable, even if you happens to be the only one, you should have at least just stand up for the lady and say, you know what, let me talk to her. You guys should excuse.
Exactly.
Let me talk to her.
Exactly. And she came, she was like,
don't be surprised. Look at her attitude, look at her actions. That will tell you that she's even the one telling them, like, look, let's kill her, let's do that. Very unfortunate. So, madam, I support you 100% on this. It's a very unfortunate society that we find ourselves.
Thank
and
you,
it will
sir.
continue if nothing change. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. Just that it was about, it was saying that I was just saying that we're just about to touch on the House of Senate that's 105 men. And we used to have 4. Now they've used whatever. They've used their lustfulness, allegedly, to chase one out now. That one is one leg in, one leg out. We don't know if she's going to ever come back. So it's just crazy. And I often say on my channel several times when I do videos that got to do with, like, women and stuff, that women are endangered species in Nigeria, most especially. I was just watching a show earlier on today. Not a show, it was a video that Very Dark Man made where an alleged father kidnapped his daughter when he took her abroad. That's not the first time. There was another story that he also shared of an alleged police or something who took advantage of a 13-year-old, a 14-year-old girl. And all of that, and the police are trying to, cover all of that up. So I've always said it, like, parents back home in Nigeria, your female children, even men, protect every female child in your vicinity. Don't say because she know be my pikin. Don't say because she know be my family, you're just going to look away. No, women are endangered species in Nigeria, and no matter what you want to say, is the absolute truth. Absolute. Like, there's a story I want to share. Yeah, it's quite personal to me, but I don't know if I want to share because it's going to be like I'm hearing my dirty linen out there. I'm just going to give you a clue as to, like, also when there's husband and wife, and the wife, obviously, maybe the wife is earning more money than the man. And the wife decided that, okay, maybe she wants to buy a land. And then the husband is telling her, why do you want to buy a land? And the woman is like, okay, that's why I always say to my Gen Z residents here that there are some terms and conditions you should be agreeing with the man before you marry them. If you are somebody who involves in, like, you are, maybe you work and you make money, right? But you still support what you're supposed to do. But if you're looking to, maybe you want to create a portfolio, you want to buy businesses and stuff like that, make sure you have that conversation with that man before you actually say or decide to marry him, because you might enter his house, finish all your aspiration you have that you want to buy property. The man will start telling you, why do you want to buy property? Why do you want to buy a house? And then if you decide to buy, in fact, at some point, all I heard was, why do you want to buy a land in your name? So I was not like, oh, why can't a woman buy a land in her name? So are you saying that you can't buy a land for your wife, or you can't buy a house in your wife's name? Is that what you are saying? So all of this conversation, we need to have them, because how can you marry someone you claim to love? Yeah, you know that that's what she decided to do, and it's not maybe she's going to ask her for this money. Hence why I don't blame some women who will go and build a house and will not tell their husband, and then they will eventually be living in the house as married. Meanwhile, the wife, they collect the house rent. So women are endangered species, and I think it's high time women are not asking for men to move out of their masculinity or out of their masculine roles. Women are only just asking to just give us a little space of that part of that space. Don't take over everything just because you are the man. We are, like I said, we are not telling you to move because you are a man. We are only asking to be just to be recognized a little bit more. Like, you can say a man like, why the very little why do you want to buy a name? Why do you want to buy a house in your name? Blah blah stuff and shit like that. So, like I said, women are endangered species. You need to protect women. Like, that some women even respect. They respect themselves, but men just don't. Men just don't. And me, I am a woman of basketballs. You bring it, I give it back to you.
Look, mom of five. Let me tell you this. See, when you are dating a man or you are dating a woman, if you pay attention, there will be a lot of red flag. I tell people a lot of stuff. Let me tell you one thing. You dated somebody, he never think of getting you one little gift. And all you do is you keep giving, and the guy will talk sweet to you and tell you, oh, don't worry when I have money. But he never thought of even getting you just as little as even just one little flower of $1. Then you not expect the same person to give you money or to give you gifts when he's rich. Man, forget it. Just forget about it. That's one. Then you dated somebody, he's been hitting you right from when little things, it doesn't allow you. Before you even talk, they tell you, hey, just shut your mouth here. I'm still talking. Shut your mouth. It keeps shutting you down even when you're having a conversation before you even go into the marriage proper. And you think it's normal and you saw all this and think ahead. No, see, So you will know a greedy man or a greedy woman. The moment you guys are talking, you see some element of greed. So don't expect. So I pity those people that now expect so much and say, I've been doing this when we're cutting. I did it. But all these things were there, were written. You could tell. So for me, then too, I'm very unfortunate. Like to God be the glory. My wife is building a house. I've supported her. I don't care. We have kids. So I'm not going to be the one that will inherit the property. We have kids already. I'll tell you, I don't have time. You think, is it me that want to go and inherit the property? No. Let him put his name on all the property. I don't care. The thing is, we have children, right?
Exactly.
Our children will outlive us. Our children will
anyway.
See, our children will outlive us. We will not outlive our children. Amen. So when you have children, forget about those rhetorics. I will even be planning to put the children properly in the perspective for inheritance of the mother's property, not me. Exactly. I don't care. Because the reason is, I am not going to be the one that will inherit those things.
Exactly, it's the children, and all of this is for the purpose of the children anyway. So
in fact, I will even go on fasting and pray and say, get more, so that my son will live. When we live, the Bible says it for us to leave good inheritance for our children. Let's leave all those things. Yeah. When we are gone, the children will continue.
Exactly.
But that's my whole point. But when a man is trying to, you don't want your woman to be successful. One thing I've always said, Nini Owo is God's grace.
Exactly.
Sometimes, if you are going to be, you're not going to be on the same level. Your wife might be richer than you. It's not really a big deal. Your husband might be richer. It's not really a big deal.
Absolutely.
But just show support to each other, especially when you have children in the marriage. Yeah. Those children are really the one that will take over those things. If you like, let them be on your name. If you like, let it be on somebody's name. Just make sure that the children are always involved in all the property you're acquiring. So that when you both gone, they can easily, acquire the property and just
no uncle, no auntie will come and say,
the only thing is, if it's on my wife's name, I'm okay. But it's on brother's name, that's where there will be problem. But if it's on your name, man, I'm good with that. My children will inherit those property. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Solomon. Thank you for your contribution here. So, guys, I'm rounding down. I'm rounding up. So, also, obviously, there's a lot we can learn from this lady's behavior. I don't know if she were to be working. So, obviously, from the previous caller who has called earlier on, that we should be very, very patient. At the end of the day, if you complain to them and they're not going to do anything, just come and shout them out on social media. Remember that lady, Yetunde Green, the way she called out Airpiece, and she even called Arise TV, saying those was saying that the food is good. She even lambasted all of them on Arise TV. She lambasted all of them on Arise TV, and she came out several times to say that no, she has gotten many other stuff from the fact that she called out Airpiece. She complained about, I think it was excess luggage or the way how do their customer service and how shitty their food was and how there's no entertainment. Like, how can you be traveling 6 hours and there's no entertainment on the flight and stuff like that? I've only ever flown BA. I flew KLM when I was going to Europe. So my future trip to Nigeria now is KLM. And the first time I flew KLM was 17 years ago. So I don't know what it's going to be like. See, if I travel with KLM in the next few weeks and it is shite, it is going to be British Airways all the time for me. So I'm going to try KLM to Nigeria again. If it is good, maybe I will stick with them. So because I'm going to be flying with KLM in a few months from now. So let us be very, very careful. And also, like, if there's anything at all, try and persevere, be patient. Be patient. If you can't keep your calm, maybe ask to speak to somebody and let them know. And if you're still not satisfied, try and speak to customer service assistant on ground. And if there's no result, come and call them out on social media. Social media will help you drag them by their colobos. How do they kill it? By their brocos, they will drag them. And also now, I understand when people say that she's not properly trained. Like I said, something must have triggered her. Something might have been done by those air hostesses that have triggered her to understand that she's this mad. Okay, and also it also pays to be composed. I don't know if she were to be working for a high firm or a popular firm now, and they realize that is one of their staff doing nonsense or being exposed, that might even got her fired from her own job. So it's important for us to be calm. And like I said, Nigerian people, they will frustrate you. I went to Nigeria. They gave me a form to fill during COVID time, and the man asked me. I borrowed a pen. The man would not. I wanted to return the pen back to him. The man said it is 5,000 naira. I said, what? Because you borrowed me pen to fill out COVID form with 5,000 naira. I said, come, if you don't take your pen from me, if I fling it here, You go and find your pen yourself. Can you imagine? Like, they will frustrate you. They will make you go crazy. But I guess all of this is this patience solves a lot of things. And in my own case, this lady, she has a ground or no. She needs to call up. Maybe they should counter sue each other. But like I said, I don't understand why she's been locked up. Kwam1 is still. Kwam1 was at a show yesterday. Oh. I saw a video that Kwam1 was at a show yesterday. Oshiomole still nothing happened to him. So if those two men are walking free, why is she locked up? So something happened on Sunday. They've already charged her to court. She's now calling off in Kirikiri. It's just not fair. It's just not fair. Anyway, before I round up, Abby, have you got a closing word so we can round up? We've got another show for 7 o'clock.
Dare I say that the likes of Oshiomole and Kwam1 should be held at even higher standards. I don't know older men.
Exactly.
I know bigger men of society.
Men of caliber.
Exactly. But especially Oshiomole, that is an ex-governor.
Ex-governor. Two-time ex-governor.
What not to do. Actually, they should get worse treatment. So
Exactly.
they're filming these girls. The wig looks like his natural. What's that word?
Kinky.
It's kinky. Yeah. It's giving not kinky.
Kinky straight.
Raw donor. It's looking like raw donor.
Yeah, which one is raw donor again? Don't sell me on this platform, Wabi.
Anyway, look at me. Sisi will say, see, this is what I'm saying about Gen Z. She has lost us. But yeah, I don't know. I do think everybody's at fault. Again, think about this. Even workplace. I know that my workplace would have an issue with this video. If a video like this came out.
Not even me as a nurse. I must not behave like this. No.
Exactly. I know my workplace. I'm probably going to be getting a letter to say I'm no longer needed. So you have to think about it, these days when even with visas as well, they are checking social media and all of that stuff. Like, guys, come on, calculate. Another thing about a lot of companies is that in many situations, especially like in countries like Nigeria, a lot of companies will stick by their staff.
Yeah,
we would try to, except they have nowhere to hide. And that's why you see that sometimes people come out to call companies out for racism and all sorts, and then a couple months later you find out that person is still working there. A lot of times they actually stick by their staff, so be very careful because you're the one that will lose. They don't care about you. Except you're like someone very important or you continue to follow up, they will still retain that staff. So what's the point of asking a fool? Now your private part is on social media and it's always going to be a thing. Do you know the number of people that have seen certain pictures or videos of them come back on social media after 5 years, 10 years? Even recently, there's one idiot that's acting a fool on social media and they've gone to go and drag his ex that is married to somebody completely different.
Can you imagine?
Matter. Those sorts of things. That how do you start explaining to your husband that it happened 5 years ago? Because you've been thinking you've moved on, but no, the internet never.
The internet never moves on.
Anyway, bye guys. See you later.
Thank you so much, Abby. Thank you so much for your contribution. See you at 7 o'clock. CC, any lasting words from you, please? She has disappeared. Okay.
Eating bagels. Sissy made fresh bagels this morning. That's why she's not here.
Right. Okay, Mr. Solomon, could you give us a roundup, please? We are rounding up in 3 minutes. Just a finishing, lasting words.
Oh, mommy of 5. Thank you so much. God bless you. I appreciate everyone on this program. I'll join if I'm privileged by 7. Is it 7 o'clock?
Yeah, 7 o'clock Nigerian time. Yeah, in about 51 minutes from now.
Oh, 51 minutes from now.
Yes, sir.
Same channel, right?
Yeah, same channel. This is the only one channel I have. Vlog channel, but I don't do that. So it's here you find me. If I'm giving bass boats, this is where you find me.
Okay, I'll be back again. Thank you.
All right, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man.
Yes, sir. Right, guys, that's us. I really appreciate you all here, and I just want to say, I know all this staff from Nigerian staff, they will frustrate you, but in all, if you really want to win a case with them, try and keep your cool. If you can film. If there's anybody there who will serve as a witness, if you are reporting the case, it's always good to check exchange numbers and take their details. And I'm really interested in knowing how this story is going to play. I'm really interested in how it's going to play, and also for the fact that this case has happened, I'm interested in how Kwam1's case is also going to play as well, because yes, they said they are investigating Abi. So let's see how it's going to go. With that being said, thank you so much, guys. In most cases, being quiet at times, or maybe even just filming, or if you don't agree with what they've said, you can always take that up as a complaint, maybe make a complaint, or even go out on social media and call them out. That way, at least that will get their attention. Remember that Tin Tomato case that in tomato case, because somebody was not happy and then she called them out on social media, even though it did not turn out well for the person who called out the brand. But that's Nigeria for you. With that being said, thank you so much, guys. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Wemimo, and I remain that mom of 5. If you've watched this video till now, please kindly leave your thoughts and opinion in the comment section. What do you think this lady should have done? Do you think this lady is at fault at all? Do you think she has a chance at legal case at suing Ibom here? Or do you think Ibom here should, will be the one to sue her, and then she's going to be, obviously she's in jail already now. So with that being said, guys, leave your thoughts and opinion as always. And there's lots of videos on my channel that you can catch up with. And if you find any story that you think that that one of 5, you need to come and hear this, please, send them to me on my Instagram handle. My Instagram handle is the same as my channel, that mom of 5. That's my Instagram handle. Or you can email me, thatmom5@gmail.com. With that being said, if you're not yet subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting? Don't forget to like, thumbs up, share, subscribe, turn on your post notification, and I shall see you at 7 o'clock if you're available. All right, stay blessed, guys. Bye everybody.